Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful time. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. It looks like big changes are coming to Port Charles, and fans are buzzing about what's next, because whispers of a pregnancy shock are making their way through the halls of General Hospital. When an OBGYN suddenly reappears in town, it's rarely for a casual reason. On a soap like this, doctors come back when someone needs them, and more often than not it means a baby storyline is about to unfold. The timing has viewers speculating that at least one major character could be facing a surprise pregnancy that no one saw coming. And if that's the case, it has the potential to change lives, alter relationships, and send ripple effects throughout the canvas of the show. The big question is, who might be carrying this baby bombshell, and what drama will follow once the truth comes out? Fans have been pointing out that several characters on the canvas right now could be in line for such a twist. Some are in relationships that have been heating up, others are tangled in complicated love triangles, and a few have secrets that could explode if a pregnancy were revealed. The return of a trusted OBGYN makes perfect sense as a plot device, because it gives writers the chance to explore fertility issues, hidden paternity questions, and all the juicy drama that comes when a pregnancy shakes up already unstable dynamics. With so many couples either reconnecting or spiraling out of control, the door is wide open for a surprise baby to come into play. One name that keeps coming up is Willow. She's been through hell and back, dealing with serious health battles and the fear of not living long enough to raise her daughter. Now that she's in a stronger place health-wise and her relationship with Michael seems more grounded than it has been in months, fans are wondering if she might get another chance at motherhood. Imagine the emotional layers if she discovers she's pregnant again. On one hand, it would be a blessing, a sign of hope after everything she's survived. But on the other hand, it could raise medical questions about whether her body can safely handle another pregnancy. Bringing an OBGYN back into the fold would allow the show to realistically tackle those concerns while adding depth to Willow's storyline. And for Michael, the thought of welcoming another child while he's caught in ongoing court-domain power struggles could create major conflicts about where his priorities truly lie. Another possibility is Sasha. She's finally reclaiming her life after so much loss, heartbreak, and manipulation. The last few years have been brutal for her, but her resilience has made her one of the most beloved characters on the show. If Sasha were to discover she's pregnant, the story would carry immense emotional weight. It could be framed as the universe giving her a new chance at building the family she always wanted. But, of course, nothing in Port Charles is ever that simple. Questions about the father, whether she's ready for that kind of responsibility, and how a baby would affect her journey of independence could push her in surprising directions. And if the OBGYN's return is tied to her, it could create tender, tear-jerking moments that contrast beautifully with the chaos around her. Of course, we can't forget about Brooklyn. Her relationship with Chase is finally on solid ground, and fans have been rooting for them for a long time. They've been through trust issues, family drama, and professional setbacks, but right now they're one of the most stable couples in town. That stability could easily be shaken by the news of a pregnancy. For Brooklyn, the idea of becoming a mother could reignite her insecurities, especially after everything that happened with Maxie's baby and her role in that complicated storyline. Would she feel ready to have a child of her own, or would doubts creep in about whether she can balance career ambitions with motherhood? For Chase, fatherhood could be something he deeply desires, but he might also worry about repeating mistakes from his own family. The return of an OBGYN could signal that this couple is about to face the ultimate test of commitment, and fans would be eager to see how they navigate it. Then there's Maxie herself, who already has her hands full as a single mother. She's had her fair share of complicated pregnancies and shocking twists tied to children in the past, so some viewers wonder if history could repeat itself. With her romantic life still uncertain, the reveal of another pregnancy could complicate everything she's trying to build. And because her children already tie her to some of the most powerful families in town, another baby could intensify those connections. If Maxie were to end up pregnant, it would force her to make difficult choices about her future, her career, and which man she truly wants by her side. Esme is another wild card who cannot be ignored in this discussion. Her storyline is already full of mystery, and a pregnancy reveal involving her could send shockwaves through the canvas. Imagine the fallout if Esme were to discover she's carrying a child, especially given her tangled history with multiple characters. Depending on the father, the ripple effects could touch Spencer, Trina, Laura, and even Nicholas. A baby in Esme's storyline would raise the stakes even higher and make it nearly impossible for her to disappear from Port Charles anytime soon. If the OBGYN's return ties to her, it could set the stage for an explosive reveal that redefines several ongoing story arcs. Some fans are also pointing fingers at Sam. Her relationship with Dante has been steady, but a pregnancy could really test them. Dante is already a devoted father, and Sam has a complex history of motherhood, so bringing another child into the picture would stir up a lot of emotions. For Sam, it might trigger fears about repeating past mistakes or putting her children in danger because of her ties to risky situations. For Dante, it could create a tug-of-war between embracing this new chapter and staying focused on his responsibilities as a detective. An OBGYN coming back into the picture could be just what's needed to explore whether Sam and Dante are ready to take that next step as a family. Let's not overlook Elizabeth. She's been a mother for years, but her love life has been a roller coaster, and her bond with Finn has been both tender and shaky. If Elizabeth were to become pregnant again, it would raise huge questions about her future with Finn, her ability to juggle motherhood with her demanding career as a nurse, and how she handles the judgment of people around her. For Finn, fatherhood has always been a sensitive subject, so a pregnancy storyline could give him new depth and potentially pull him closer to Elizabeth, or push him away if the pressure becomes too much. The OBGYN's return could serve as the narrative push to explore this layer of their relationship. Another intriguing angle is Carly. Even though she's not typically viewed as someone the writers would saddle with another baby at this stage, soaps love to throw curveballs, and a late-in-life pregnancy shock would definitely qualify. For Carly, the news would be life-altering, not just because of her age, but also because of the complicated web of relationships she's navigating. It would instantly create questions about paternity, especially if she were romantically tied to more than one man at the time of conception. A storyline like this could completely destabilize the balance of power between her, Sunny, Nina, and Drew, giving the writers endless drama to mine. Speaking of Nina, some fans have speculated that she could end up at the center of this twist. She's already grappling with the fallout of her choices, and the return of an OBGYN in her orbit could easily tie back to lingering questions about motherhood. After everything she's endured regarding Willow and the pain of losing years with her biological daughter, imagine the emotional bombshell if she discovered she was pregnant now. It would be both a gift and a curse, something she's always wanted, but at the worst possible time. With her relationship with Sunny already on shaky ground, a baby could either bring them closer or drive them apart permanently. And of course, it would create tension with Willow all over again, complicating their already fragile bond. Even characters like Trina, who's just beginning to step into her adult life, could be swept up in this kind of story. A pregnancy shock for her would change everything. Not just her relationship with Spencer, but also her education, her family dynamics, and her future dreams. It would force her to grow up quickly, and it would tie her even more deeply to the Cassadine legacy, something she's been wary of. The OBGYN's return could be a subtle signal that a younger character like Trina may face this kind of life-altering decision. The brilliance of this setup is that the writers can go in so many directions. The OBGYN doesn't have to be tied to just one pregnancy. There could be multiple storylines unfolding at once. Imagine the chaos if 2 or even 3 characters discovered they were pregnant around the same time. It would create a domino effect of drama, forcing characters to reveal secrets, test loyalties, and question their future paths. A medical professional being on the canvas provides the perfect anchor for these stories to feel authentic and interconnected. Another element to consider is paternity. In true soap fashion, the biggest pregnancy shocks often come down not just to the fact that a character is expecting, but to the mystery of who the father is. If a love triangle is involved, the suspense can stretch for months, with DNA tests, switched results, and shocking reveals along the way. The OBGYN's return could easily be tied to a storyline where the father's identity is in question, and the fallout from that could reshape entire families. Whether it's Michael, Chase, Dante, or even someone more unexpected, the stakes would be sky-high if the wrong man was believed to be the father for any length of time. Beyond the immediate drama, a baby storyline always carries long-term consequences. Babies on soaps aren't just plot devices. They become anchors that tie characters together for decades. If a new child enters the canvas now, it ensures ongoing story potential for years to come. That's why fans are so invested in figuring out who might be expecting. Because the reveal will have ripple effects not just for the parents, but for entire families, businesses, and rivalries. In Port Charles, a baby is never just a baby. It's a symbol, a weapon, and sometimes even a source of redemption. The anticipation is building, and speculation is half the fun. Will it be a joyful surprise, a devastating complication, or a secret that rocks the town to its core? The OBGYN's return is the spark that sets the stage, and now all eyes are on the women of Port Charles to see whose lives will be forever changed by a pregnancy reveal. Fans should buckle up, because no matter who it is, the story is sure to deliver the kind of twists, turns, and emotional moments that keep General Hospital at the center of daytime drama. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.